Hi, this is Andrea. In our question series that we're still working on, we have quite a few of them actually. This one is, how do you deal with your blind spots as a leader, or your splots? How do you deal with your blind spots as a leader? Well, how do you deal with them as you find out what they are? But finding out what they are is generally not something you do by yourself. Sometimes you can. People give you feedback and you'll go, wow, I never noticed that about myself. Matter of fact, I was talking with a client today about that, about really looking at, had been getting some feedback, none of which was really very bad, but he was really unsettled about it and didn't like it. One of his blind spots turned out, which he only found out because he and I investigated it together, because he did not see this on his own. The blind spot turned out to be that if he agrees with the feedback and goes, oh yeah, I can see that, but yes, I've been done that, or I haven't done this thing, then the feedback is fine. But if he doesn't agree with the feedback, that's when he gets really uncomfortable with it. Now, it's also true that some feedback really isn't very useful, but the feedback he'd been getting was useful, so it wasn't about that. So the blind spot was revealed to him by he and I engaging in a conversation where I simply asked him some questions. You can ask yourself questions, but the odds of you revealing your blind spots to yourself are low. They're not impossible. And if you're somebody who journals a lot, you probably could find some of your blind spots. So this is when I recommend that you do, if your company has this or you have access to it, do with an anonymous 360-degree feedback. You'll find out a lot of things in those. You could talk to your colleagues. You could say, what do you think my blind spots are that I would not see, that I wouldn't know about? And you can ask your team for feedback if you don't have the 360. That's a little trickier because depending on your relationship with your team, they may or may not feel super comfortable giving you feedback about something that, you may be blind to. So journaling, asking for feedback when you can't do the 360, and of course, coaching. Coaching always helps you see what you can't see on your own. This is why human beings need each other anyway, even independent of a coaching relationship. So, blind spots, seek them out. Find out what's there, and then see which ones you might be interested in tackling.